What's good, man? What's good? Good afternoon, good morning, whatever. But back at it again with another video. This is day 6 of semen retention, and you know what I'm saying. I feel amazing, feel good. You know what I'm saying. I'm just flowing with it. Hoodie Von in the building, Dewey Von in the building, semen retention Von in the building. You know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to gain some. I'm just playing. Some people call it superpowers, but it's not superpowers. Don't believe that. It's just clickbait. Don't believe it. It's clickbait. It gets you every time. Actually, I'm gonna do it in this video. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens when I do it. I'm gonna put a clickbait in the video, in the thumbnail. But yeah, there we go. I'm gonna show y'all a little motivational video to get y'all on fucking track. Get on track. Stop it. Stop what y'all doing, bro. Let me show y'all another video, man. This is motivational speech from if I can't get y'all to get on it, you know what I'm saying? This person can, you know, or these people in this video can, because they can explain it more better than I can. So, yeah. I mean, some people don't believe the black people, but, you know, yeah. Gotta show them other people just to get it. Lord, this world. Anyway, let me get right into it, bro. I ain't gonna waste no time. But if you see my skin and everything, you know you see my skin. This is day 6. Look at my face. Look good, don't it? Look good, don't it? Yeah. Semen retention on day 6 is hell. It's actually harder too, man. It's hard not thinking about no, you know what I'm saying. But it is hard. It is really hard, especially when you see like some like. Oh, let me get this out the way. Especially when you see like some what you call it on TikTok or on Instagram or whatever you looking at. It get harder because you have to have that mental focus not to do it. And yeah, it's hard, nigga. That's all I gotta say. No cap. I ain't no homo, cause that sound wrong. Yeah, that sound wrong, nigga. No cap, no homo. But yeah, let me do y'all this video. Stop playing with y'all, man. Stop playing. But yeah, over time, hey, day 7, and that'd be a week. And then it might actually take 2 weeks. Take a good 2 weeks to get you know, girls' attraction. I think you still should have your looks. I think you still should have your build. But also this is a big plus of what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get a girl, and you probably gonna get a girl, you know what I'm saying, easily. If you on this. Women sense higher testosterone. I don't think they do. I don't know what they do, honestly. I am not the smartest person in the world, and I'm not a fucking scientist. I use Google just like everybody else.
Semen is the basis of your physical existence. Whether you're a man or a woman, you have come into existence.
I hate how you cannot turn this up.
That is 50% of the ingredient. Yes?
I should bring Franklin in this video.
Well, we have skin.
If y'all don't know who Franklin is, Franklin is a turtle.
Hair,
if you remember the episodes of Franklin back in the day,
you know, heart, liver,
Franklin the turtle. Yeah, that's what I got.
All these cells
and also somebody gave me that
are
name.
of a certain potency in their own way. But semen is of an extraordinary level of potency. It can create a whole new life. Well, today you can take an epithelial cell and do a lot of things in a laboratory, and maybe we can clone you, all right? So the potential is here also, but it is not in the same dynamics as it is in a cell, which you're referring to as semen. So in the yogic culture, this is called as virya. Virya also refers to what you call as vajra, which means stability, or diamond, which is the hardest thing. So in the human body, virya is considered to be like…
Also, I might do a double upload today, just because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to get this semen retention thing. I don't want to just put my focus on this semen retention thing, I also want to bring y'all something else that's actually, you know, low level, low, you know what I'm saying? Like how y'all like it, because, you know, people don't really like stuff that's educational all the time. I understand. But, you know what I'm saying? I do it. I might do it today. I guess I have enough time. I can edit this video. It ain't gonna take that long to edit this video and everything.
That means it is one of the most potent things if you know how to use it. Well, how to use it means you can use it to produce a child. That's one thing. Well, if this question is coming because
it's not meant for you to use all the time. That's all I gotta say.
Sheets.
That's summing down right there.
If that's how you're using it, well, that's your compulsion.
You're supposed to use it for one thing, make a baby.
This is not something to be judged morally. That's not the point. It's a question of what is the level of compulsion that one has.
This is how you really find
can
your
it
mate.
be transformed into a different level of function? Absolutely.
And this is how you find enemies too.
Semen. Just everything in this body can be transformed. See, suppose I give you all soup-making ingredients, same soup-making ingredients to every one of you. Do you believe all of you will produce the same soup? No. You will produce 500 varieties of soups, those same ingredients. That's all that's happened with us right now. All of us are fundamentally same ingredients, but see how different each one of us are. Different soups. Well, if I give you soup-making ingredients, either you can make a great soup or a lousy soup. Depends what kind of skills you have, isn't it? So this goes for everything, not just for semen. Every dimension of your body and your mind, you can transform into something tremendous, or you can make it mediocre, or you can make it a serious problem. Every aspect of your life. That goes for this aspect of life also. If you want to produce a certain, let's say, epithelial cells, how much energy the body spends on it? And if you want to produce a cell which you call a semen, how much energy body spends is very different. This can be scientific.
Let's say if you
when you're investing so much energy in that, obviously it has a potential.
It says you use like 8 drops of blood.
Are you competent to explore?
I said, bro,
are you capable of exploring? Do you have the necessary sadhana and guidance to do that?
I don't lose my blood, man. My precious blood. I need my blood. Yeah. I don't know. Should we look at another one? But yeah, all the stuff he said was true. Semen does make you, if you hold it for long enough, it will transmute into your work. It will transmute into other things in your life and make your life a lot better, because you ain't worried about that one thing, and that's releasing, you know. After a while, but right now, no, you know what I'm saying. It's like a iffy. It's iffy for me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, especially it's harder when you wake up. It's harder when you wake up, man. But yeah, hold on, we might. I already know I'm gonna get copyrighted.
You're here because you're missing that touch, that passion you once had as a child that got you up bright and early in the morning and kept you excited and passionate throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that you're about to have that spark lit up again.
I had a friend when I was younger. He was bigger than me. I was big too, but he was way bigger than me. I used to put him on my back. I used to pick him up like John Cena, the finishing move.
This substance makes
you
feel like you can leap a high
put him on my back and walk
like
with him.
You can slay 300 filthy men at once with the jawbone.
Yo, I was so freaking strong, but it's so big at the same time.
Hey,
when I was a child,
hope that it's always spring in your heart, that you're centered and grounded. So I'm going to start off with some facts about semen and the benefits of spiritual energy retention.
It's funny how they show them
First,
those tadpoles.
it takes around 64 days for the male body to produce sperm, then around 24 to 28 more days for it to be transported and finally ejaculated. Sperm and semen are two different things. Sperm are the reproductive swimmers on a mission. Semen is the slip and slide substance. Second, it is believed that it takes 80 drops of blood to create one single
80
drop
drops
of semen.
I thought it was 8.
Meaning it takes a whole lot of energy for your body to create your juice. Third,
Are you serious?
when your sexual energy grows, you experience a
80 drops?
massive increase in energy. You become 100-fold more creative. You enter the state of effortless flow.
Nigga,
You become
I ain't doing that.
ambitious,
Bro, it
a
said
badass,
80 drops
confident,
of blood,
very
bro.
persuasive, stoic. You effortlessly become a leader and not a follower. Fourth,
Bro.
muscles. I don't care what the scientific community says, not spilling your fluids keeps you from draining your testosterone,
Yeah.
which has a major positive impact on muscle growth and fat burning. Of course, they will tell you otherwise. The research and findings are biased. It's paid for by the food and fitness industry, which needs you to think you need their product and therefore
You really
begin
don't.
purchasing them.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
May a curse
Being
fall
on
on
this,
their heads.
on
On
day 6,
You will begin to
I feel
turn
like
heads.
I take testosterone. I mean,
You will be more
take,
attractive to women
steroids,
because your
for real.
pheromones will be much more potent, and women sense that
I
and
feel
will
strong as
want
shit.
you and chase you instead of you chasing them.
I haven't
You'll
worked out in
begin
a
to
while.
look, be, and feel more attractive and confident in their eyes. Sixth, sex is way better. It's much more intense because it becomes more than only a physical experience.
Yes,
It becomes
yes.
a spiritual experience. When you're not wasting
Also,
your semen,
females,
your body is
y'all be
unable to
using them little
sit,
dildos. Y'all need to stop it.
meaning it begins to
Stop
make you a
it.
better creation.
Bro, nobody
Nicer
want no
hair,
loose cannon,
deeper
my nigga.
voice, increased muscle mass. You become sharper and extremely
Ain't
motivated.
nobody want no loose
Whatever
cannon,
you
bro.
put your hands to becomes successful.
You can shove any
You're
balls in.
running and you turn around to see the competition out of
Let me stop
breath
saying that.
while you're still on a steady sprint. Sexual energy is like a venomous snake.
Nobody want this.
If it's always draining its poison
Damn.
glands, when it comes time for it to
Been
fight
losing
the
motherfucker.
predator, that
You
snake
probably
is going
fit your
to
hand
be
in
drained
there.
out.
After
Pretty
a
much
while, you
useless.
keep using them
If you let
things.
your energy fill
Stop
up,
using them.
it begins to churn and becomes
Ain't you wonder
potent.
why you can't get no
Your
pleasure out
energy
of
will
no.
rise through your chakras or energy centers and light up your pineal gland,
You
aka your
look
third
good.
eye.
Nah,
The
nah,
Kundalini
you
is
just can't
depicted
feel
as a
the thing
serpent
down there
because
anymore.
the ancients
You been doing something too
associated
much.
rising sexual energy with the serpent. When it comes
Oh,
to
my bad.
increasing
Dang, I'm messing
testosterone, the male hormone
I
that
ain't
makes
put
you
it
a
on
man,
full screen. You better-
males
y'all
will
still
search
see
the
it.
internet hours on end for foods and pills that increase testosterone.
It doesn't.
Yet they fail to keep from emptying
And
their
yes,
nuts
I done
where
this mistake
testosterone
too.
is produced,
If you
and they
if you
deplete
know
their
me.
stores. The fitness industry
I
pays
thought,
millions in
yeah,
advertising,
it
trying
really
to sell
didn't.
men
It really didn't do
testosterone
nothing at
boosters,
all.
and guys fall for it all the time because they don't realize they have the original, that they already have the most potent substance within already.
Yeah.
The issue is that before it can travel through the body and benefit them, they're spilling it. You have
It
within
goes
you
through your
the
spine.
authentic substance.
That's what
This
it
is the substance all of the
call it.
ancients made art and hieroglyphs
Shine.
depicting to pass on this knowledge to us. That
All that
spirituality
stuff down
has
there
been
goes through
muddied
your spine
though,
to your
because
brain.
they don't want you to know this truth and attain your higher self. Those in power do not want you to learn about
Yeah, that's
this
why it's,
because your
that's why it's
ignorance of
Pornhub
this
and
keeps
X
them in
videos.
power.
That's why it's a bunch of
I and
X
the
videos and
ancestors
Pornhub
want you to
around
know
here.
about it because
that's what they want you
imagine
to
the
do.
world
They
we
want
can
you to be
build
drift.
if thousands of
They
us
want you to drift,
at our peaks
basically.
are collaborating to make this earth and civilization a better place so that all can
That's
be
why they
wealthy
over
and
sexualizing
happy.
everything.
Okay, consider this. In society, they charge you for everything. They will charge you for the air that you breathe once they figure out how to. But yet, porn is free? Porn is free?
Right.
What? It's because they know the power of sexual energy brewing within that makes gods out of men, legends that will go down in history. Sexual energy was considered sacred among the ancients. When you let that energy rise, the Kundalini rises through your chakra centers and ultimately to your pineal gland and lights it up. In that
Basically go through
enlightened
your
state,
spine
you become,
and
as
your
the
brain
ancient
start
texts
working
say,
better.
the light of the world.
all that spiritual
The
stuff.
persona
You
change
can
is
explain
like
it
this.
simply.
Normally,
You go
you're
through
Peter
your spine,
Parker,
it goes
kind
through
of
your fucking brain.
dorky and lame, but then you learn about your
me?
sexual energy increasing through the art of semen retention, and you become Venom. You start to walk around with swag.
Yeah,
You
that.
become
but you don't
stronger,
become no
smarter, more
Venom didn't
confident.
have
You
no
begin
damn
to
swag,
turn
nigga. He
heads.
just ate heads off.
Why do you think he's called Venom? Snakes have a potent substance within called venom. Just like you have a potent substance within you that when you build
I
up
thought he was talking
will
about the
change
superhero.
your life. Serpents were
the villain
always
or
depicted
superhero.
in
He's
the
both,
hieroglyphs
basically.
of the ancients and in parables. They were revered as a sacred animal because it represents our sexual reproductive organ and the substance it excretes that turns ordinary men into gods. Growing your sexual energy is like a vase, filling up every day more and more.
Because a bunch
At first, there isn't much, and you wonder if it's even working. A few days pass, and there's a significant amount accumulated. Next thing you know, your vase is overflowing, and it hits you with this unbelievable high. The Bible speaks about a cup that overflows. When the psalmist David was overflowed by this sensation of bliss and overabundant joy, he poured out in poetry. His life flowed with supernatural ease. His dreams became reality. His desires he effortlessly attracted.
That's why my skin look.
His life overflowed with something the Bible calls the blessing of Abraham.
It looks right.
A state of being bestowed by God where all of your desires and dreams are met.
Just that.
When Adam and Eve were tempted of the serpent and ate the fruit, they were expelled from paradise, a place of bliss. Eating the fruit is allegorical. In the Songs of Solomon, he writes in a poetic language of the act of sexual desire and intercourse beautifully. He writes eating fruit as a sexual experience. Like an apple tree among the trees of the forest is my beloved, among the young men. I delight to sit in his shade, and his fruit is sweet to my taste. In the garden, Adam and Eve ate of this fruit, and therefore were expelled from paradise, from a state of flow. An angel with flaming sword blocked the way. This is a story spoken in a metaphorical language. It's symbolic of when you let sexual energy gather for long enough, it rises as a serpent and lights up or activates your pineal gland. Once used, that sexual energy is drained, and their pineal gland shut off. Now they are kicked out of paradise and have to restart their journey from the wilderness until they build up that sexual energy enough that it rises once more and turns on the pineal gland. The serpent tempting Adam and Eve is an allegory to your serpent, your downstairs sexually tempting you to waste your essence.
Yes.
When the fruit is eaten or semen is ejaculated, the serpent is cursed to crawl upon his belly. Basically what that means is that it makes you a bitch. I don't like using that word. That all of your essence is lost and you have to restart your journey to the promised land from the beginning. In the wilderness, the Israelites wandered for a long time in search of the promised land. When they were being shitheads, God sent fiery serpents and they started getting bit. It took Moses raising a serpent on a cross before those suffering from poisonous bites were healed. When you can't get a handle on your serpent and you're releasing your energy daily, it's a poison to your life.
Yeah, it is.
You begin to feel drained. Your life goes to shit.
You don't have no confidence after you do that, man. You basically feel like you're
living in the wilderness. But when you get a handle on your serpent and are able to master it and raise it, your kundalini energy begins to rise once more. Jesus said, as Moses raised up the serpent, so
this is how I'm doing
shall
this
the Son
every day.
of
I
Man
really don't
be
post
raised
every
up.
day. Be honest.
The Son of Man being raised up means Jesus dying on the cross.
I mean,
so
I was doing it before, and then I started
like when Moses rose the serpent in the wilderness,
you know what I'm saying? This motivation is making me do it.
So the Son of Man is esoteric talk for a man's semen.
You feel me?
Before your son is a son, he's a semen within you. When your semen gets raised up instead of spat out, your serpent gets raised up. After Jesus, or Son of Man, was raised up on the cross, he was then raised up to heaven. In the same way, when your sexual energy rises to your pineal gland through all of your chakras, so you will also ascend and commune with the gods. It feels like your spirit is born again
You know water's
when
in
your
your
pineal
spine,
gland activates. Your pineal gland is like a light. It's either on or off. When your kundalini is risen,
It's also got water on it.
it's on. But when
That's
you
how you get
spill your
taller.
substance,
When you go to sleep,
it turns
you
off,
wake up, you
and you
look
have
taller.
to start your journey
It's
from the
actually,
beginning.
You know what I'm saying? Water.
You can only be at 3
Your
places.
spine. The cushions
In the
right there.
wilderness, where you feel
I don't know
drained,
what they call
and like the Israelites, you're always
the
complaining.
disc.
In the promised land,
But it
where
expands
you've raised
with
your
water.
serpent and have entered a
And then
state
over
of flow.
time,
Or thirdly, on your
you
way to
walking
the
around
promised
and all
land,
that,
where
yeah, you
milk
get your
and honey flow.
respect.
Those of you fearing serpents being connected to Satan,
And semen
even
retention
Jesus
will
said
help
in his
you,
own words, be
you
wise
get taller.
as serpents.
It'll use
Another
that energy for
allegory
you.
is Aaron's rod
That's why I
that was
think
kept
it's
in the Ark of the Covenant, which blossomed flowers. This is esoteric talk for your spine within your chest,
That's what I was just
that
saying.
when this dew rises within your spine, it blossoms, and you begin
Alright,
to
I
have the
just
most
said that.
beautiful experience you can imagine. It's called heaven on earth. What kind of sexual experience do you suppose it will be when your rod has blossomed with spiritual energy and you decide to give yourself to your partner? Jesus was also well acquainted with this esoteric truth. Listen carefully to this story. Just then, his disciples returned and were surprised to find him talking with a woman, but no one asked, "What do you want?"
Man, that's
or
some good editing.
"Why are you
I don't
talking
know
to
where he
her?"
be getting these videos from.
Then,
But this is like a
leaving
movie.
her water jar,
literally.
the woman went back to the town and said to the people, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" They came out of the town and made their way toward him. Meanwhile, his disciples urged him, "Rabbi, eat something." But he said to them, "I have food to eat that you know nothing about." Okay, so while a jar filled with water is beside Jesus, he tells the disciples, "I have food to eat that you know nothing about." Wonder what he could be speaking of. This story repeats itself over and over. It's the same with Samson and him letting his hair grow. When it got long, he got supernatural strength, and if you don't know the feats he accomplished, it's definitely worth a read.
Your hair
In the
gets softer when you
Proverbs
want
of
semen retention
Solomon,
too.
whom the Bible calls the
And
wisest
your
man,
beard,
he writes,
your
"Drink
hair will
water
get,
from
like,
your own cistern,
thicker. on your
running
beard.
water from your own well."
Which is like
Should your springs
think
overflow
it'll
in the
look-
streets,
I don't
your
know.
streams of water in the public squares?
black.
Another
real black.
allegory is that Abraham dug deep wells.
After like 2
and
weeks,
if you know anything about
yeah,
Abraham, you
your
know
hair
how
just get
blessed
black.
he was by
Your,
God.
your
The
facial
blessing
hair
upon
will
him
go back
made
faster.
him exceedingly rich. His
Real
wife was
fast.
so
Like,
fine
as soon as
and
you cut it, the next
well-maintained
day
that
it's
in her
grown.
old age, even a younger king wanted her
That's
as
with
his
me.
wife. God told Abraham that
I be
whoever
cutting
blesses
my
you,
facial
I
hair
will
and
bless,
It grows
and
back.
whoever curses you,
It looked
I
like
will
it grows
curse.
exactly what it came.
This energy becomes
Like it,
contagious.
started,
When
like,
people begin
when
to
I first
bless
cut it.
you and show you kindness, they get blessed in return and prosper. And the same is true for those that oppose you. A curse is placed on them. Just as those that cursed Abraham are cursed, and those that blessed Abraham are blessed, the same is true with me. Those that curse me are cursed, and those that bless me are blessed. Many were blessed through Abraham by blessing him, because that abundance that was flowing through Abraham overflows and can be tapped
24.
into when you bless him. You will also begin to overflow.
20 minutes.
The barren land around you will begin to flourish, and those around you will benefit from it and be glad that you're around. At the center of the Norse depiction of cosmology is the world tree upon the mountain of the gods.
Spiritual stuff.
This tree connects to the 9 realms.
Yep.
The lower realms are at the bottom and the higher realms are above, including Asgard, the realm of the gods, which sits above all realms. Just as the tree Yggdrasil is at the center of the earth connecting to the realms, your spine is also at the center of your body, connecting all your chakras. When your energy rises, you begin to experience reality based on which chakra your energy is residing in. When it rises to the top, your pineal gland will open. Just as Yggdrasil is a portal to all of the realms which the gods can travel, so is your spine the pathway your energy travels through all the chakras. The eagle at the top of the tree represents the pineal gland, and just as the eagle eats snakes in nature, when your kundalini energy or serpent rises to the top of your spine, the eagle, aka your pineal gland, feasts upon it.
Oh snap. I know what was at 16. Right,
you begin to experience reality
My
based
bad. I messed
on which
up.
chakra your energy is residing in.
When
it rises to the top, your pineal gland will open. Just as Yggdrasil is a portal to all of the realms which the gods can travel, so is your spine the pathway your energy travels through all the chakras. The eagle at the top of the tree represents the pineal gland, and just as the eagle eats snakes in nature, when your kundalini energy or serpent rises to the top of your spine, the eagle, aka your pineal gland, feasts upon it, and his wings spread open, signifying your third eye being lit up. This is the lower nature being swallowed up by your higher nature. The eagle at the top wants to eat
lower
the
nature
serpent,
is you releasing.
but if
you
you're
see that
throwing
bottom
out
of that?
those serpents by
You see that
spilling
bottom
your
right there? That's
substance,
y'all. That's all
your
y'all.
ego
That be
will
releasing all the
starve
time.
and become
right
emaciated.
Here. Y'all niggas right
On
here.
Yggdrasil, traveling between the higher realms and the lower realms is
Keep
a
on.
squirrel going back and forth between the serpent and the eagle,
stuck.
amplifying the insults exchanged between each other. This depicts the struggle between the lower and the higher self, which will win. In Greek mythology, the eagle of Zeus would eat daily at the liver of Prometheus, because he caused fire to leave the heavenly realm and fall to earth.
Oh, what the hell?
When you don't feed your
Yo, this
eagle,
video is whoa.
your third eye,
Hold on, wait a minute.
what it wants, the serpent, it's
What does
gonna
this
find
mean right
something
here?
else to chew up. It's gonna eat at your liver, meaning your life will start being eaten up and deteriorate.
Oh,
This
is he talking about
eagle
when
and
you release?
serpent is a reoccurring
Or are you
theme
talking
throughout
about-
civilization.
What are you talking about?
As Lord of the Two Lands, the Pharaoh was the ruler of Upper and Lower Egypt. Depicting on their headdress was a snake. They also depict a bird with its
They
wings
always
spread
said
out,
these people right here was
signifying the
bad. I
pineal
don't
gland
believe
being
that.
wide open. Look at the fat wad of spiritual energy
I don't think
over
they
their
was
heads
at
in
all.
this one. This one is just surrounded with sexual energy. He's literally emanating. Now look at this Mesopotamian hieroglyph.
You know
the
what?
Human spine
I'm gonna give you one
depicted
thing to
as
talk
the
about. If
tree
y'all
of
watch
life.
anime or anything like that,
Above is again
I think
wings
it's Hunter
wide
x Hunter,
open, signifying
or
a
Hunter
wide
x,
open
oh,
pineal
whatever.
gland.
Hunter x
They
Hunter.
are literally
you know how
filling
they
up their
have
stores with this energy.
the
Notice
what
also
you call
in
it,
this
be glowing
depiction,
around them and
the
stuff.
tree comes from a
the
seed
spiritual
bag.
pressure or
Just
some
as your
pressure like
energy
that.
comes from your seed bag.
That's how it's exactly.
The
how
hidden
it
truth
is.
behind
But
the
it's,
eagle
you know
and the
what I'm saying.
serpent
It ain't-
is the holy grail
it
of
ain't really
truth.
like that, but it,
And once
you
you
should
tap
think about
into
it
it,
like
you
that,
will be
though.
awoken as your ancestors were. This was a universal knowledge. Today, it's universally hidden from us, but we discovered it. One of the most beautiful Mexican legends recounts that the people of Aztec had to leave their homes by orders of the gods in search for the promised land. They had to abandon the place where they lived and start a pilgrimage to find a place where an eagle, perched on a prickly pear cactus, devouring a snake, would be.
Is it at 20?
The god told the Aztecs that when they found the
this.
eagle, it would be a signal that they had
He done went
reached
on
the
somewhere
land
else.
where they would
I just
build the
wanted y'all to
most
see
powerful
what I'm
empire
talking about.
in Mesoamerica. The medical establishment has even taken the caduceus of Hermes as their symbol. Hermes was the messenger between the realm of the gods and of humanity. He held the caduceus, which represents the spine and sexual energy rising up to open the third eye. On his feet and helmet were,
Like the
you
snakes.
guessed it, opened wings. The caduceus symbol depicting two snakes coiled around the rod is one of the oldest symbols in the Middle East. It is beautifully decorated with creatures that symbolize wisdom. For centuries, the caduceus was brought into the esoteric Gnostic tradition and reappears as a symbol of strength and balance between positive and negative, dark and light. What this symbol is communicating is that health is found in rising sexual energy. It's the same concept as Moses rising up the snake in the wilderness and the people being healed. As you practice this form of spirituality which your ancestors partook of, you will see that your body will be in a continual state of spring, always healing itself and in a constant state of growth. Hyperborea, the Greek version of Eden, is said to be in a continual season of spring, always flourishing.
That's it, bro. But yeah, what are you saying? All this stuff you saving up on the semen retention journey, all that will be transmuted into your brain, and you will be able to think clearly all the time, and you won't be thinking about no hoes. But that's what I'm talking about. That's all I was talking about. Well, that's what he was talking about. But yeah, it's simple, man. It's simple. Just try to avoid it, even though it's hard to avoid these days. It's 2020. Just try to avoid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And stay woke. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Just stay woke. Stay up. Always. Any day, all day. Don't matter what the fuck anybody about to say. Bars, bitch. But yeah, I'm out, bro. My bad. I don't need to be saying all these code words, but I don't give a fuck at the same time. Peace out. I love y'all.